Africa, the continent of humanity's death, suffering, and injustice. A home to uneducated, unhappy, and hopeless individuals. Within it, there's a country where even hearing about life there is enough for people. It's a place most of you haven't even heard the name of, a place you should not visit, South Sudan. Imagine a country where the average life expectancy is only 58 years. People eat just one meal a day, and the fortunate ones might manage two. However, the world's tallest men live there. Cattle and cows are highly valued. Some tribes sleep and wake up with cows. In the morning, they cleanse their bodies with cow urine, and when thirsty, they drink it. Due to the high acidity in the urine of cattle and cows, some people in South Sudan have had their hair turn red. The local belief is that cow urine is beneficial for skin ailments. From what I've described so far, I can imagine your stomachs churning, your brows furrowing, and your eyes squinting. What seems incomprehensible to us is a part of everyday life for South Sudanese. Located in East Africa, South Sudan is bordered by Ethiopia to the east, the Central African Republic to the west, Sudan to the north, and Kenya, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the south. South Sudan declared its independence from Sudan in 2011 following a civil war. The country has a population of 15 million. Its official motto is justice, liberty, prosperity, yet South Sudan lacks all of these. Despite appearing small on the map, the country actually spans an area of 644,000 square kilometers. The official language spoken is English, with Juba Arabic being the second language. Similar to many African countries, Christianity is the predominant religion here. Approximately 60% of the population are Christian, 33% follow indigenous beliefs, and 6% are Muslim. It is considered one of the poorest countries in the world. The country's annual income is $3.2 billion, with a per capita income of $2,330 annually, meaning people earn less than $1 per day. Most people don't even reach that threshold. Daily sustenance is impossible for South Sudanese. When food is available, a family of 10 shares a single plate for a meal, sustaining themselves for the entire day. If they are lucky, they might have a second meal. In South Sudan, if you see an overweight person, they are either ill or a politician. Cattle and cow herding are one of the primary livelihoods for the population. Those who cannot afford to buy cattle try to make a living through alternative means. For instance, some engage in fishing and sell their catch. The extent of poverty forces them to fish without proper equipment, often resorting to catching fish barehanded. Stimulant substances are being sold in the streets with the aim of enhancing people's productivity in their work life. It is believed that these stimulants help individuals forget hunger or problems and encourage them to work. In a country where around 80% suffer from hunger, I don't know how much we can condemn such situations. The governing power in the country lies within the Dinka tribe. Despite comprising 30% of the population, the largest second tribe, the Nuer tribe, accounts for 16% of the population. Overall, there are over 200 local tribes. People who seek protection from these tribes live in camps protected by barbed wire fences by the United Nations. Similar to households, these camps lack proper wastewater drainage and toilets, leading to open sewage. Upon leaving the camps, if identified as a member of another tribe, it could lead to lethal consequences. In South Sudan, when it gets to around 5 in the evening, everyone leaves their work and heads home because as the sky darkens, it signifies the onset of fear. This fear, at best, means losing all your belongings to thieves. During certain periods of the year, people experience flooding disasters in their homes. Most of them live in makeshift shanties made from tin or covered in plastic. These homes lack basic necessities such as electricity, heating, food, and water to meet people's needs. The whole household lives and dies in the same room. Families, under these harsh conditions, tend to have a lot of children, and 50% of the population is under the age of 18, making it one of the world's youngest populations. In South Sudan, you can see people using drugs on the streets as well as encountering corpses or heavily armed individuals. Poverty and hunger lead people into bad habits, and there's no one fighting to prevent this. Due to the lack of public security and justice in the country, everyone takes justice into their own hands. Tourists visiting South Sudan hire security from the tribe in control of the area they are visiting, or they are provided with police escorts by the government. It's a frightening reality that the locals, who are not particularly tolerant of white people, perceive tourists, whom they see as a source of money, as potential targets. Child theft is a significant issue in the country where kidnapped children are turned into soldiers for ongoing intertribal conflicts, while children from rival tribes are killed. The extent of brutality is unimaginable. Drug-influenced attackers don't hesitate to use firearms or even burn alive the individuals they capture or abduct. Traveling to South Sudan can be an experience that involves various risks and requires attention. The country faces political instability, internal conflicts, security issues, and humanitarian crises. Therefore, it is important to review current travel advisories and the security situation before traveling. Deaths or child abductions are not only carried out by rival groups. Gangs sell abducted children to work in other African countries. The poverty and lack of empathy in the country have destroyed humanitarian feelings. Cattle theft, seen as the most valuable asset in the country, is another cause of the massacre. Gangs can sometimes kill up to 500 or 100 villagers to steal herds of cattle. Despite all these dire situations, let me share with you a surprising fact. The country has enormous wealth in terms of oil and underground resources. However, unequal distribution of oil wealth and the control of oil trade by foreigners prevent the local population from benefiting from these resources. The sale of institutions and companies in the country to foreigners indicates that the people of South Sudan will continue to live in difficult conditions for many years. Some people are born unlucky while others create their own luck. It's impossible for the people of South Sudan, one of the poorest countries in the world, to create their own luck. There's no working for the elderly, not even schools for the children. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video on my information universe. See you soon.